Most people go through life scared of adversity. But if I'm being honest with you, that's not a way to live. Because life can challenge you either way. You just got to be prepared for it. So in this video, I'm going to give y'all 3 reasons as to why you should face challenges head on. Going on to point number 1. Statistically, you will never lose if you don't give up. Now, you could back this up with math. You can go on Google. You can do whatever you want to do. But statistically, if you had a 1% chance of succeeding, no matter how many times you do it, at the end of the day, if you don't give up, statistically speaking, even if it takes you 1,000 plus tries, and it shouldn't even be 1,000, because if we really talking about math right now, bro, if you have a 1% chance of succeeding at something, I don't really know the quick math behind it. There is a certain number that you will have to hit in the absolute worst case scenario that will guarantee you success. Now, if you play certain games where you gotta spin a slot machine, or even if you gamble, you will understand that the odds of winning that jackpot sometimes be 1%, less than 1%, probably like a 0.5, 0.3, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, if you can either get lucky and get that jackpot in a couple spins, or if you get worst case scenario, the most unluckiest man on planet Earth, you go through thousands of spins. But at the end of the day, if you hit that number, not to promote gambling or nothing, I'm just using this as an, like, you know what I'm saying, as an example. If you hit that number, that statistically you should be able to succeed at once you hit, because when it comes down to math and probability, there is a number, there is a set limit as to where you can hit before you absolutely succeed. If you hit that number, you're gonna succeed. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Now let's flip it over to YouTube. I don't really want to promote gambling on the channel. I don't even gamble myself. Let's say it's a 1% chance at becoming a successful YouTuber. I don't believe it's a 1% chance, but let's just use hypothetically, right? Let's say statistically you had to try at least 585 times, just throwing a number out there, 585 times before you could hit 1 million subscribers. 585 videos or 585 attempts to hit 1 million subscribers. Let's say YouTube worked like that in some mystical universe, right? In some parallel world or whatever you want to call it. But let's say most people don't know that information. And in order for you to even know, you have to like break down the numbers and actually try and go through the trials yourself, right? The point I'm trying to make here is, if you never gave up at that 30 video mark, 100 video mark, 200 video mark, 300 video mark, if you would have gave up around there, you would never know. Now, you could get lucky and blow up 20 videos in, 100 videos in, 150 videos in, but that's not everybody. And chances are you're not the most unluckiest person in the world, so you won't even have to hit that 585. Somewhere in between 1 and 585 is gonna be your mark. So, and that could be transferred over to anything in life, whether it is you want to be the best Rainbow Six Siege player, you want to be the best soccer player, you want to be the best nigga on the field at football, you want to be the best QB, you want to be the best running back, whatever it is. At the end of the day, if you never give up, you will get good at whatever it is you're doing. Point number 2 I want to make is competition is a source of inspiration. Now, what do I mean by a source of inspiration? A lot of people see competition as like a threat. Not everybody, you know, competition is really good. It keeps you on your toes, it keeps you performing at the best of your abilities. But competition is, when I say competition is a source of inspiration, you have to understand to look at certain things differently. Just because, let's say, Tyron over there, he number 1, number 2 wide receiver in the nation, and you're not even top 10 yet, and you get put up against him at a game, or you looking at a seasonal roster. I don't know how that go. I never really played football. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the seasons go, but assuming it's a roster, how many games who you gonna play against for the whole season, right? Let's say you put up on the same position as him, and you playing them like 3 times, 3, 4, 5 times in that season. You probably like, dang, bro, like I'm not even top 10. He number 1 in the nation. He a wide receiver. He gonna burn me, yada, yada, yada. You gotta understand that competition, you should use that as a source of inspiration. You should see, hey, if he can do it, I could do it too. There is nothing separating you from him. Even if it's like physical genetics, I don't care what he got going on. I don't care if he comes from a family of NFL players. At the end of the day, both of y'all are human. Both of y'all breathe the same air, bleed the same blood. Y'all boys, it's not that much different between y'all. Chances are, and 90% of the time, it is what this usually is the case. The only difference between you and a professional athlete is the work ethic. The work ethic and mentality. That's really it. Are you working as hard as they are? And if so, good. Now work harder than them. Are you thinking like them? If not, get your mindset right. Because it all starts up here before it gets physical anyway. But to tie back into my original point, bro, you just got to use people as inspiration. Like, I'm going to put it in YouTube terms, okay? Like in my last video, I talked about GTA 6, so I'm going to use that again. When GTA 6 drop, streaming and content in general is going to be extremely competitive, more than it's ever been before in the past decade. Everybody and their mama gonna be streaming GTA. Everybody and their mama gonna be trying to make content, and I'm gonna be doing the same thing too. Now, a person, an average Joe out there who just thought of the idea, maybe I should stream GTA. They probably getting into it, and they are not even really thinking about the long term. They're not even really thinking about how they know strategic planning, nothing like that. They're not even getting their mind right. Just thinking, you know what, let me just do it because I could do it. Now, I already understand how competitive it's gonna get. Every big streamer, big YouTuber, big content creator in the world is gonna be streaming it, making content on it. But a lot of people, they'll think about that and they'll get discouraged. They'll be like, you know what, it's no use. Let me go find a less saturated niche so I can actually grow in. And I mean, I can't really fault them for thinking that, but at the same time, I understand what my advantages are. I understand what my drive is. I have my why for why I do things. But at the end of the day, I understand also at the same time that competition, in my case, my fault, it was a little lost. Competition in my case would be competing against people who've been doing this for years and are really good at doing it. But looking at it from my POV or looking at it from a strategic POV, if I'm watching these people be successful at something, I should take what they're doing and use it as a template for what I should be doing, especially because there's so many people going to be doing it, right? That's so many different ideas, so many different styles. There's just so much inspiration and so much, what's the word I'm looking for? It's so much inspiration and it's just so much, it's so many ideas that I can take inspiration from that I can apply to myself, you know what I'm saying? The competition is high, but so is the creativity. So is the ceiling, you know what I'm saying? When it's a high ceiling, there's a lot of room for you to maneuver. It's a lot of room for you to improve, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at competition. I could care less if every streamer, every person in the world streaming GTA. At the end of the day, they're not me. And I understand that I'm unique and everybody that's watching this video is unique in their own way. You have to understand that for yourself. And just because other people bigger than you are doing it does not mean it's gonna completely eclipse you. It doesn't have to be the case. You just have to understand what it is you bring to the table, what makes you unique, and apply it. And be confident while doing it, because nobody's gonna watch you, nobody's gonna pay attention to you if you're not confident. Now, going on to point number 3 is your ceiling raises higher when you face competition head on or when you embrace competition. Now, in life, you have to understand that one thing that I'm still trying to learn how to do is be comfortable being uncomfortable, because when you're in an uncomfortable situation, it provides room for you to grow. You feel me? I'm gonna put it, for anybody that understands plants or how plants work, when you put a plant or when you plant a seed for a plant in a small pot, it can only grow so big because the roots take up the entire pot. You know what I'm saying? It's a small pot. It's not that much room for the roots to grow and for that plant to get as much nutrients to grow big. But when you put that plant, right, when you get that plant and you take it out of a small pot and put it in a bigger pot, over time you keep watering that plant gonna get bigger. It's gonna produce, and depending on the plant, obviously it's gonna produce more fruit. It's gonna get bigger and that grow more leaves, grow more branches, get deeper roots. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing with people when it comes down to competition. You know what I'm saying? If you take yourself out that comfort zone and that you know what I'm saying, that little small area you keep yourself in to feel comfortable, you're gonna get put in the massive, you're gonna go from being the biggest fish in that pond to a small fish in an ocean. You feel me? But if you really sit there and take that time to grow and understand yourself and try to see where you fit in at and improve from there, you're gonna see that, you know, you was never really a small fish. You just had to get into a competitive environment. You had to get put in that ocean so you can grow bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a weird analogy because fishes don't really do that, but you see what I'm trying to say, feel me? Your ceiling raises higher when you're around other competition. Iron sharpens iron. If you surround yourself around people who doing what you want to do and just doing better than where you at right now, it's gonna force you to be better, because you don't want to be the weakest person in that group. You don't want to be the weakest link. So you're gonna grind to make sure you know what I'm saying, you can handle your own weight and then some. Eventually, you might get to a point where you outgrow them people. Or if they really competitive and they really about their business, all y'all grow together. But just to tie it all in, man, bro, your ceiling rate is higher. And when your ceiling rate is higher, you won't even realize you are becoming a more self-actualized and improved person at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? You can look back a year from now and be like, wow, I was just this, and that. This is how low I was. I didn't even realize just how much I was lacking or just how much improvement I needed until I took that leap. And now I'm around more comp. I'm around more inspiration. I'm around more, you know what I'm saying? I'm just around more. And since you're around more, you're exposed more, you're gonna grow more. Feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's really simple when you think about it. But at the end of the day, you just gotta put yourself out there, man. When you get challenged, take your head on. You know what I'm saying? Go after it. Don't run away from it. Because one thing I learned about myself, and a lot of people don't realize about themselves, is you don't know how you're gonna perform until you actually go out and do it. Sometimes you'll be afraid of a challenge, bro. And when you actually go out and, like, you know what I'm saying, take that challenge head on, you will probably, most of the time, you're gonna perform way better than you thought you was. You're gonna really surprise yourself. Most people don't even realize their full potential because they don't try, bro. And that's from personal experience, bro. I'm gonna keep it so 100 with y'all. But if you made it this far in the video, bro, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching it. You know what I'm saying? Put the number 5 down in the comment section as always. And if this video seemed a little improved, boy, I have my notes with me this time, bro. If you, man, listen, if you feel like you rambling in your videos, make you some notes. It don't even gotta be advanced, bro. Just write down what you wanna talk about. That's a little bit of game for y'all. But I appreciate y'all watching this video. I'm gonna get it with y'all boys next time. Young Tribe out.